Come on, sir.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello. Thank you, thank you.
Hemky Madera is here with us today on Gracias Come Again. Like, how amazing is this?
This is amazing. I really appreciate the invitation. I love being here. And yeah, I'm honored. Thank you so much for thinking of having me.
Let's talk. I have to listen. Dominicana and, a fan of your work and a follower of your career. It was only, I saw the email come through and it was promoting something. And I was like, wait, but that's great that you're promoting that. But how can I get him on the show?
You get me anytime. Anytime. I'll be more than happy to come to your show anytime.
Let's talk about it. Born in Santo Domingo?
No, I was born in New York.
Oh, you were born in New
I
York.
was born in New York, but I was
Where?
raised in the Dominican Republic,
Where were you born in New York? Talk
in
to me.
Queens. In Queens.
Okay.
My mother used to live there, and then after they had me, we went to the art when I was 2 months old,
A
and I grew up un
un
bebecito,
bebecito.
and I grew up there until I was about 10 years old. And then I went back to New York, and then
So
to my
you you
Queens.
you were in Santo Domingo from 2 months to 10 years.
Yeah, in
So,
Santiago.
so you have fun growing up.
Oh, like I always say, I had the best of both cultures. I used to come here every break imaginable, and then after 10 years old, then I was here. Then went back to the art for high school, and then after that, I've been here ever since.
Where did you do high school in Santo Domingo
In Santiago, yeah.
or in
I did
Santiago?
in Santiago. I did military school in Santo Domingo, and then I ended up regular high school in Santiago.
Que te pusieron en la Academia Militar del Caribe.
Ese, por opción mía. Yo jodí a los viejos míos. Like, come
They
on,
were
I want
like,
to. Because I really want. No, they didn't want it. It took me about 2 years,
mhm.
slowly chipping away. Because I really wanted. I wanted to be like a military, like a fighter pilot, and I
Okay.
wanted to be in the military. And for 2 years, I was like, come on, because I had friends that were there. I was like, can I go? I want to go with Sonly. I want to go with Sonly. And he's look at Sonly. And they finally agree. And then I was there for 2 years. I didn't finish the whole thing. Then it went from a bilingual to just Spanish
School.
school. And even though I spoke Spanish, I was just in the English side. And then there were a lot of changes. I'm not going to bore you with the stories of it, but a lot of changes. And it wasn't as
It became more lax. It wasn't that military.
yeah. It was like more lax. Wasn't as militant or military as for some crazy reason I was hoping. And then I realized that being told what to do doesn't really go really well with my personality at times. So I was like, hmm. But then I went back home and I finished high school, and then when I told my dad, I went to college and I dropped out 4 times, 4 semesters.
Really? What were you majoring in?
I first started in physical therapy,
Oh, nice.
and then I was like, this is not for me. And then for whatever reason, I blame
Who you blaming?
George Clooney for this one, because then I was like, you know what, I'm going to be a doctor, ER, of course,
You were
doctor.
watching ER.
Yeah. Doctor. And I was like, no, I'm nobody, somebody's life in my hands. I don't know about that. And then I switched to business administration, and like, nah, and then marketing because it was something with the arts. At least in Santiago, they had Bellas Artes, but they didn't have like a major of acting major in the university. At least in Santiago.
Mhm.
So then finally, when I told my dad, "Hey, Dad, I want to be an actor," because like you finally tell me something that I've always known, and I'm saying, why didn't you say something? Because if I would have said something, you were like a rebel without a cause, you would have gone the opposite direction. So it cost him 4 semesters of tuition, but my parents have always been supportive. My mom and dad, from day one. My dad used to always say that the old saying in the art.
Dímelo.
Si tú quieres limpiar zapatos, ser mejor limpiabota de tu vida. So if you want to shine shoes for a living, be the best shine shooter that you can be with honesty, without hurting anybody. So my parents always, I feel very, very blessed. Still till today, they're like my biggest fans, and
And that's amazing, that they've been able to, be here to witness everything that you have done. Like, that's a blessing.
It's for last October. I took my dad and I went to the premiere of Play Dirty, the Mark Wahlberg film,
Hmm.
and just seeing his face because I've never been to an event like that for me.
Hmm.
And you could just see the I was so like,
The pride.
pride. You could see the pride in just like the okay, cool. This is it. This is where we belong. Kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm very very blessed.
God bless, man. And 15-year wedding anniversary just recently.
Yes, we just had our 15th anniversary. So funny because I always say that we're going for our golden wedding. I'm gonna get a golden bat for our 50th and hit it over the head and
I was
take
gonna
it.
say, what do we need a bat for?
I don't know why I start saying that about a bat as a joke. When you hit it, when you say in the art, te
Uh-huh.
voy a dar coño, te voy a llevar arriba el hombro. So he joked
So it,
around.
it it stuck. It stuck.
He stuck to that. So we're like, on my way for my golden bat. So yeah, when we get to 50, I gotta figure that get a golden bat and frame it. But yeah. So
And
yeah,
your wife is an artist.
she's a singer songwriter,
I
Jessie
love
Lynn
that.
Madera. She's yeah, she's great. She's on tour. She's got a little break right now, but then she starts again in a couple weeks, and then she's gonna go all over the UK the whole month of May. She is opening for the lead singer of the Zombies, Colin,
Mhm.
is doing a single project, and she's opening for him all through the UK. It's gonna be pretty fun.
I love that. How did you meet? And was she always a singer-songwriter?
All up since I met her, she's always been a singer songwriter.
Two creatives.
We met 16 years ago, and through a friend, one of her best friends for 30 years, Nell Tier, introduced us just as friends. Like, this is my friend in LA. This is my friend from my whole life, and we just clicked. And speaking of, she's like right there. Say hi.
And you've been together ever since?
Yes.
We were just talking about you.
I just happened to walk in.
And you've been together ever since.
Ever since, yes.
That's when you know that's your person.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It was love at first sight, and it was just um we just knew. We knew, and I remember cleaning out half of my closet and sending pictures saying just come home,
Ah,
making
pues,
copies. Yo no,
eso fue para rápido.
yo entré esa vaina, yo entré todo chip muchacho para allá. I
De
was
que
all
déjame
like,
limpiarle el closet a la mujer.
para que sepa, tirar fotos y la mandaba toda la vaina. And I was
Ah,
always,
no.
I was single for a long time, and but as soon as I met Jesse, it was just it's hard to explain with words. It
Mhm.
was just that feeling, that magnet, that pull.
Cuando tú sabes, tú sabes.
Like I
Esa
said,
es la expresión.
esa misma. The two kids later, we have an almost 15-year-old kid and an almost 9-year-old. Two both boys, both great. Our oldest just had his first performance at school. He's writes, plays the guitar and sings as well. And yesterday, sorry, the day before yesterday, he had like his first little gig here, and
I
it
love
was an open. It was an open mic, but it was like calling his first because it was on stage for the first time with strangers, and he killed it. Yeah, I
a
posted
house of
a video of him when he did the his first little show, and it was pretty cool. I'm very proud of him.
a house of creatives. That must be a fun house.
It is a crazy, wild, fun, interesting house to say the least. We have this the both kids are artistic. And the youngest now everything that my oldest does, he wants to do it. Like whatever you do, I do better kind of situation. But they admire each other and they love each other, support each other. So it's pretty cool.
Most of your roles, I feel like you're so quiet and powerful. Is that really you? Is that really who Hemky is?
Not really. I am outspoken. I am a buffoon. I'm a goofball. I am
I would have
everything.
never guessed.
And it's so funny because you see me like when I was doing Pote, right before I'm going to do a scene, I'm torturing somebody or being, Pote.
Bien
Like
pote.
5 seconds before, I'm cracking jokes, pulling the focus from the focus puller. Like I mess with people. Like I do pranks. Like I have an open war, a joke open war with the camera department. Like I will hide the cards. I will do,
You made it fun.
made it fun, and then but right there and then it was just like after you have to have the role. And I look, and this is not a dig or disrespect to any actor out there that stays in that mode the whole time.
Character. Yeah.
Everybody each his own.
Yeah. The method is different for everybody.
My thing is you have to be light because otherwise I don't want to bring that home. I
That's
don't want
good.
to. I don't want to bring that home, and it's also it's fun. I'm playing this serial killer. I'm not going to be a serial killer, but like again, each his own, and no dig to anybody. It's just the fact of just I'm a goofball. I'm just that guy.
But it's like with Pote, it's like we all wanted our own Pote. It's like you were a
Oh
killer,
yeah.
you did what you had to do, but the way you protected Teresita, it was just I wanted that. I loved your character. I was like,
Right.
that's
It was
my
fun.
guy
It's so
right there.
fun because it's like I used to call it. Here's a killer with a heart.
Pretty
That's what
much.
thought it was, and I made it 3 dimensional. I didn't want to just to be uh just in the single dimension of just killer, 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 killer. This guy has flaws, and the thing is like I learned a long time ago. Doesn't matter the character that you play. The moment that you judge the character, you're doing a disservice and you're not doing right by your character. In his eyes, Pote wasn't doing anything wrong. That was his job.
That's who he was. Yeah.
That's his job.
He was there to
You know,
protect.
yeah, he was his job. He'll kill and then but then he'll fall in love and do all the crazy stuff and have family and all that stuff. But yeah, it's fun what I do. I pinch myself every day. I'm blessed that I get to play for a living.
I loved you in Bad Hombres. I felt like you owned that entire movie. Shout out
Same,
Tyrese, shout out everybody,
same.
but it's like all I can focus on was you. And
Yes,
your character was just so layered also.
yeah, no, that was a fun gig. We filmed that in New Mexico, and it was one of those characters that I went deep in the research and then the emotional stuff but again I had to let it go and when the clock out I let the because that bad hombre character was the God Killer was quite an intense character too, but
He
it's
was,
fun.
but I still loved him. I still saw like, that vulnerability and that love that he had for the kid.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Very dope. Now working with Manny Perez, La Soga, because when it
Class.
comes to Dominican actors, it's Hemky and Manny. Those are the two guys. How did you two link? Did he bring you on into the project or were you already on?
No, he wrote it. It was his project
Uh-huh.
and we have met through the years, just as a Dominican actor, and we have mutual friends and people that we work together. And then one day he approached me and says, Hemke, I have this story about La Soga, which I knew the story of La Soga very well, being from Santiago. And I was like, I'm in. Even before I read the script, I'm in. And of course, I know his work as well. And then I met the director who directed the Josh, who directed for the first one. And it was just we clicked, and it was. And I went home. I stayed at my house. It was fun, and it was great to work with him. And he's just, he's such a talent. He's such a talent as an actor. He's such a talent as a director, as a writer, and just as a person. He's pretty cool.
He is, he's an overall amazing person. He's been on the podcast twice and he comes on the train and he comes alone. I'm like, I love you for this.
Yeah.
Because some rappers come and it's like 10 people.
Oh yeah, no, no, I get it.
Not
No,
Manny. Manny comes on his train. I'm like, ¿con quién tú andas? He's like, solo.
solo, solo. No, he loves it, man. He's a New Yorker left through and through. He loves his height.
Now, this trailer for Euphoria that just dropped, and I'm a Euphoria fan through and through. When I saw it, I was like, what is this?
It caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting they were going to use me in the teaser, and then it's so funny. It's like, so I got to go. Wait, check the teaser, and I go and I'm like, just clap, clap, and then I was like, it's going to be a great season. It's I I became obviously a fan after the fact. When I got offered the audition,
Uh-huh.
I I've heard of the show for a long time, and I have teenagers, so it was like for me it was very hard to watch a show about teenagers and the contents that happens in the show.
Mhm.
But I started watching it just for research before the audition, and I got hooked. I was like, "Oh my god, this is such a great writing, such a
It's
great
an
acting, directing.
The
Sam
music,
kills it.
everything.
Everything is insane. So I became a fan after the fact, and then I was just from one sitting, just watch,
You
watch, watch.
binged it.
Oh my god! So now I'm up all caught up, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Of
Now I
course,
know.
you're caught up. You're in it.
Now I'm like, I'm like, okay, cool. But it's a great season, and my God, Zendaya, I cannot. s- I c- there's nothing just to say. Just Zendaya, she kills it. She's amazing. She's so welcoming. She's a pro through and through. And but Sam's vision is insane. My God, it is. It's a great show. People are going to enjoy it. You're all going to love it. It's a great. It's a lot of suspense, a lot of running. It's a pretty cool show.
Yeah, that teaser, I was just like, wow, this it looks like it doesn't even it looks like a motion picture. Just the teaser alone looks like a movie.
And remember, they did it. They did a film stock especially for the show.
Is that what it is?
It's shot in film and it's a stock made just for the show. I think it was is it 35 or 60? I know it's not 72, but I think it might be 35 or 65. But anyways, it's just it's a stock just made for the show, so it's beautiful. It's shot in film, so it looks amazing.
And it's gonna be about an 8 episode third
Yep,
season,
8 episodes. Yeah,
premiering April 12th,
correct. April 12th on HBO,
HBO, right? We better.
HBO Max, HBO, all the HBOs.
And then The Mandalorian, you're also reprising your role on that, right? You
Yeah,
busy. You are busy.
yeah, I've been busy. I'm very blessed. I'm like I since for a few years I've been nonstop working, and I count my blessings every day. I know
Dios
that
te bendiga.
I have know a lot of fellow actors that have not been as lucky, and they're as talented, if not more talented than me. It's just I've been blessed, and I don't take that for granted. And again, I love what I do. It's my vocation. It's not my job. I just love to go out and play, and I've been very lucky for sure.
And it reflects because not because we're on me and you right now, but it just feels real. It doesn't feel like you're acting. It's just like
Yeah,
it just feels like you just doing you. It's Hemky,
yeah,
playing a Mexicano. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But it
yeah.
doesn't feel fake at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Now, can we talk about when Zoe Saldana won that Oscar, please?
I was tears came out of my like I was so happy. I was so proud, and like I've known Zoe for a few years now, and it's not like we hang out or anything like that. I just
Mhm.
know who she is. We met years ago, and but she's always put Dominican Republic up high. Is always proud of as a Dominican, and just, her just representing as a Latino, as a Dominican, for her to just kill it and win an Oscar. Come on, this is so cool.
It
And
was just huge.
she opens the door for us to keep dreaming.
It's
You
just
know,
it's that one person that goes ahead and la que abre la puerta y se queda con la
claro.
puerta abierta, right?
Ahí para que sepa.
Sigan para adelante
I want
ustedes.
to be the next one and say thank you. Thank you for Zoe for opening the door, and thank you. It's always been a dream of mine as a kid. Since a kid, I've been one of the actors. I was 5 years old. So it's just always been a dream, and then the Oscars is just the epiphany. It's like the top of the mountain kind of thing. So yeah, it'll get there. Hopefully, it's just
Mira, ya Zoe
believe.
te abrió la puerta. Ahora es up
I'm
to you. Ahora tú tienes que.
Eso sí, que se van a joder. Si me dejan la puerta con una brechita, coño, rompo esa vaina para allá.
And you said you've always wanted to act since you were 5.
Yeah,
Have you
it's so
have you
funny.
ever worked like anything outside of acting?
I did actually in that transition of college stuff. I worked in a bank as a data entry. That was like my
Okay.
first big job. But then any job you can imagine, from waiting tables to driver to babysitter to you name it, and I've done it.
All in California?
I know in New York and in
Uh-huh.
California, I did driving and bartending, waiter. We didn't have Uber back then when I started up, which I would have been a great Uber driver, and it would have been fun to put my own schedule and all that stuff. But it was fun bartending and then waiting tables, just meeting people every day. It's I might
That's
be
so
going
dope. You
first.
know, when it comes to actors, it's like you have to do what you got to do, man. In between those
Oh,
roles.
dude, I am no. I remember. I will never forget. After the first season of Weeds airs,
Hmm.
it was, Weeds was a bigger hit, and my character was so loved and
It
so
was,
great.
yeah.
I remember I was waiting tables at this catering gig for this bazmikta, and then this kid goes to me, goes like, Ignacio, what are you doing here? Like, and I'm like, paying rent, kid, paying rent. And he was like, he was just and I was like, what is you on TV? He's like, no, we just,
It's the reality.
it's the reality of what we do. It's our profession is just nothing is certain in our profession. Right now I'm promoting these two projects and trying to get my next gig. It's just how it is. It doesn't matter how big or how small of I won't say celebrity, but a quote unquote actor, whatever you are, you still have to meet. You still have to have auditions. Still have to do self tapes. So when I did Euphoria, when I auditioned, which was my second in person audition in 8 years,
Oh, wow. What do you mean by in person? Because of virtual?
because everything was either Zoom or self tape.
Okay.
First, because of the show, because I was on the show Queen of the South and Brockmire, so I was always on location. And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
After that, that people just get used to just doing self tapes.
Oh, you know what?
So,
You're right. The pandemic was 6 years ago.
so yeah, so he was like, it was self tape. So I remember when I walked out of the audition, I remember I got there a little bit early because I had to go to my kid's school, and I go there and I come out, and there's a bunch of known faces and friends of mine, and acquaintances and friends that we known each other through the audition or work world. And it was like a reunion of seeing, hey, oh, he's here. And we're still at this level. We're like, oh, Fulano is here. That's yours, brother.
Y que me voy para mi casa, se
Voy para mi
jodió.
casa. Se jodió también. Ya está aquí ya. And it's so funny because people feel the same way when they see me.
Oh, forget it. They're like, eso es de él.
And then I see the same thing and it's so funny because then the person saw me and saw the same things. Oh, ahí está Hank, ya no jodió, ya, vamos por mi casa. We're humans, and there's one thing about at least the group of guys that I've known through all the years auditioning. We poo for each other.
That's
There's times that I go to an audition, or when I used to go in person, or now self tape. That if I see a role, like I call a buddy of mine. Hey, did you just put yourself on tape with this role? No,
what's
I
up.
didn't. I didn't know about that. Like, you
I
should
like that.
call your agent because hey, what lo que está para ti,
Oh, eso no, nadie te lo quita.
lo que está para ti. And then for me, I know, I also know people that they will not say. I'm like, why?
Gatekeeping.
You know how many times I said to a friend of mine or an acquaintance that you should put yourself on tape, and they book it over me, and I am cheering like I booked it.
Porque tú eres buena gente.
Coño, que soy hijo de papi y mami. That's how my parents raised me. It's just, what's yours is yours, and it doesn't matter what. Nothing is going to be taken away from you.
Nunca. Mi abuela siempre decía eso, lo que está para ti nadie te lo quita.
En lo absoluto. Lo que es tuyo, hermano. Olvídate de eso.
Para siempre. One thing I've always wanted to know, did you watch La Reina del Sur before doing everything for Queen of the South? The whole thing? Because I watched the whole thing. It's like 700 episodes.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. I did not. I watched a lot of it,
Mhm.
and it was. I remember what that actor did for Pote. It was
Yeah.
great. It was great what he did, but I thought it was a little bit more comedic than
Oh, it was a very different character.
it was. So I remember it was a choice when the creators of the show first approached me. They wanted me. I had a full beer, and this is what I look. This is the look. This is perfect. And I'm like, no, the beer, that manly men. And I'm like, guys, you have to understand one thing. Growing up in Dominican Republic, I used to watch a lot of Mexican movies. And every time the bad guys always used to come in with the hair slicked back, the long mustache, the sideburns. That's the look. And they fought me on it. And I
Yeah.
convinced them. And as soon as I came out of the trailer with that look, it stuck with me for 6, 7 years that I had to wear it because between the pandemic and the pilot. Um, but yeah, it's it's such a beautiful thing when the hair or the facial things just adds to the character and just becomes the portrait wouldn't be the same if I had a beard. I don't think it would be. I would do my job and it would be great, but the visual would have been not the same.
Nah, it was absolutely perfect. And even the way the show ended, everything for that show was perfect. And I'm glad that you advocate and you're like, this is the look because it
Right.
was the perfect look.
And hey, right now it's leaving Netflix. Is the Queen of the South is leaving Netflix. Hopefully it goes to Peacock because it's owned by NBC as well.
Mhm.
And you never know. Maybe we'll revive another season or a movie or something. That'd be cool. Or a spin off.
Listen, bring it back because I'm a big fan of shows that pivot to do like Dexter. I love the Dexter. I watch anything Dexter,
No,
prequel, sequel,
I love them
movie.
all. I love them all. I think the prequel is amazing. The
Aren't they?
making and it explains so much, like the making of what made him. Because I know they touched it in the original series. They touched it with some of the flashbacks and the talks and all that stuff. But to see what built Dexter to become Dexter, it's actually a great show.
I love that show, and I had David Zayas on, and we had such an amazing interview. And then I did David Zayas's character, James Martinez, younger. It's just we've had such a good time on this podcast.
And
You know, I-
the two gentlemen that you just mentioned, Sias and James, are amazing human
they,
beings.
they really are. I love them. I was like, wow. And ever since then, we've been connected, and whatever they need, I support, and whatever I need, they support.
And look, and they are there. Is the thing is like vienen de buena estaca. They know where they come from. They believe in themselves. They love themselves as
Mhm.
humans too, and it shows off in their work, in their personality, and just the way they are as husbands and father, and
All
it's
of it.
all of it. So
Pero son gente, amable and humble. And it brings me back to like, yo, whatever we could do with Queen of the South, bring it back. That's a show that
uh,
it was just
uh,
perfect.
that would be awesome. But it's we'll see. I
Solo
truly
Dios
hope.
sabe, right?
Oh, Dios sabe, and it's like I know the pandemic kind of killed because there were possibilities of spin-off and stuff like that, or even more seasons first and then the spin-off. But then the pandemic kind of killed everything. But hey, here we are now. We'll see.
Here we are now. Now we're focused on Euphoria.
Yes,
Hello.
which is an amazing. Like I'm telling you, it's I have a family friend that she goes, Hemky, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna blow up. I'm like, you don't have no idea, and I'm like,
She's like, be ready for what's gonna
and
happen.
I'm like, oh, thank you, and then I'm like, it's so funny because it's true that generation, the younger generation of mine, they're so into, like we are into our shows. They
Mhm.
are into Euphoria. Euphoria is huge. So
Trust me, I love Euphoria. I remember having my husband watching. He's like, these are kids. They're acting real crazy. I'm like, yeah, this show is
yeah.
for kids and adults.
Oh yeah, no, it's so funny. My 14-year-old was like, "Can I watch?" Like, no, not yet, not yet, not
Now, can he
yet.
watch?
Not yet. When he
Not
gets a little
yet.
bit, not yet. A little
Well,
bit,
especially now they're adults and they're out of high school, so it's going to be even
even
more ramped
great.
up.
Even yeah, it was more. So I'm sure he's gonna try to sneak and somehow watch it. But
He
uh,
will.
sorry, it was my son calling me that time. I was like, "That's funny."
Ask if he could watch Euphoria.
I hope
Come
not.
on, Dad. Come on,
Yeah,
but
not quite yet. Yet.
for
14. Yeah, it's a blessing. He's such a gift. He's such a
amen.
gift. It's both of my kids are pretty awesome, and
Good.
I'm not being biased. It's just how they handle themselves is pretty cool.
Can we be biased for a little bit, me and you? Can we talk about
Sure.
how amazing it is to be a Dominican?
Oh my God. Like I said, like I've always, even though I was born here in the States and I grew up in the States, I've always
Same.
described myself as Dominican.
Me too.
The first thing they ask is, I'm Dominican. That's Dominican first, and then everything else comes behind. And I am very proud and very
Me
happy to
too.
also be an American. And I love this country. I love what this country can
Has done
do.
for us and our parents,
Oh
right?
my God, I will always be grateful. There's always a lot of room for improvement.
There is.
There's no doubt. But that said, this is one of the greatest, the greatest country in the world for me. I love being American, I love. But Dominicano,
Dime, esa comida, esa
yeah,
playa, esa música, like it can't be duplicated.
you can't. The energy. Yeah, look at what happened to World Classic. Just the energy that the Dominicans brought, the fans. Even there were people talking here in the sports radio saying, I don't know how good money wise would be, but they should do an expansion team in the Dominican Republic.
I can see it.
That would go insane. Oh my gosh! But yeah,
Mira, ese último juego, yo no lloré porque yo soy una mujer vieja. I was like, what happened here? I was like, está bien, no, pero, I know our team was superb.
yeah, no, it's just and look what Venezuela did behind, and then just
Mhm,
they shot the door to the U.S. But it's that pitch. The thing is that they were still winning. Let's say that would have been a walk, but then you had Tatis Jr. That would have been. I would have loved to see Miller, teammates
mhm.
like when Otani and Trout did the last one. But we would never know. And the guy was a class act. And on his first MLB game afterwards, he went to the amp and shook his hand. The amp got
Good sportsmanship,
like death threats. His family got death threats. The whole 9 yards. And he was
Come
like, "This
on,
is just a
it's a
game.
game.
Nobody,
Come on.
nobody got hurt. It's just a game. Whatever. But people get passionate about their sports.
Listen, especially us Dominicans with baseball, es una enfermedad que nosotros tenemos.
Chach, it's all or nothing. That's for sure. But
Dime
it's a
de ti,
place.
¿águila o escogido?
Oh, Águila. Yo soy aguilucho.
Está bien.
But it's so funny. Yo siempre relajo mucho que I'm friends with Miguel Bonetti, the owner of El Escogido. And the funny thing is, this is a dig for you, cibaeño, aguilucho, los dueños, la directiva de las águilas. The only pitch that I've ever pitched, the first pitch, has been in El Escogido, not in my sweet,
Really?
sweet Estadio Cibao with my águilas.
Come on,
I'm just saying
Águilas.
it. I'm just saying it.
You're just putting it out there?
I'm just putting it out there.
No beef, no drama, just putting
No,
it out
no,
there.
just putting it out there. I've been in Aguilucho all my life. I still am. Just saying.
It's out there.
Let's out there.
Nah, but I wanna thank you so much for sitting down with me today. You're a man that, is professional, is focused, is humble, low drama, which is super important and I admire so much. But
Thank
I just want to thank you, for what you represent for us Dominicans, us Dominican Americans. And the way you move is just so dope. I just love it. I respect you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I am. Thank you. I am touched and humbled by your words. And like I mentioned earlier, I am the son of my parents.
They did a good job. Te
My
criaron bien,
my
entonces.
my parents, they raised me no about tutti constitución, but by example.
That's how you lead.
Is by example, like the way that my parents treated people all their lives in front of me. It's been, and they love what they did, and it's just life is short, and that
Mm.
exact expression is true. Before you know it, looking now, my son was just born. He's in high school. In 3 years,
In a
he's going to
blink
be
of
in
an eye,
college.
right?
He's going to be in college, and then he's going to have go into the world, have his own family, and it's just, I was just yesterday. That's in my eyes. My parents. I see pictures where my parents are, and thank God they're healthy and they're doing well. But they're already there. So every moment you have to grab it and just love it, and don't. I do not like to live with regrets. The what if?
Okay.
What if I could have called and say hello? What could have I just said to you? I love you more. Why do I have to wait until after they're gone to say, "Oh man, I should have called Fulano more"?
Mm-mm.
I call my friends all the time. We're doesn't matter if I haven't seen them in years, but we're always in communication one way or the other. So yeah, life is once, and como dominicano al fin, we could not be seeing each other for 5 years, and we continue the conversation that we had 5 years ago,
Como si nada.
como si nada, con la botella, con la presidenta, con el romo, con el sancocho. We're in.
Eso es lo que
So,
te tengo que guardar cuando venga para Nueva York.
un sacochito, oye, de lo que sea.
Nah, man, I really, really appreciate you, not just as, as an actor, but I appreciate you as a human. And
Thank you.
next time you're in New York, you have got to come up to iHeartRadio
I would love to.
so we could
Yeah, and
do
I'm,
this
I'm
in
actually I'm
person.
gonna be there in on the weekend of May 1st. Jessie, she's performing at the Cutting Room on May
Oh,
1st.
nice. Congratulations to her, man.
Thank you. So yeah, we'll be there for the weekend, and then she goes to the UK for a tour. So we'll
All right.
definitely be in New York. I'll reach out
Let's
one of
let's
my other.
make this work because
All
we've
right,
got to do this in person. We got to get this
and
video in person.
like that, we could talk about the episodes that already aired by that
Oh,
point.
claro que sí, claro. May 1st. I'm putting it in my calendar. I'm gonna hit Caitlin.
Perfect.
I'm like, I hear he's coming to New York. What are we doing? Vengan para
Ah, ya vamos
acá.
arriba.
Bueno,
Un beso.
have fun in Texas and
Thank you.
gracias. Come
Gracias a ti.
again.
Will do.